Hi, my name's Jamie Humphries and I'd like to welcome you today to this special feature about the new Blackstar Series One 45 watt combo. We're going to be running through all of the different features that are available on the front panel and hopefully playing some sound bites to demonstrate exactly what this lovely little beauty is capable of doing. Let's kick things off by taking a look at the front panel of the amplifier. And to start off with, you can see that basically a twin channel amp with 4 different modes. So you can see we've got these little switches here next to each channel. So starting off with the clean channel, we have warm clean and we have our bright clean sound as well. And moving on to the overdrive channel, we have our crunch and our super crunch. So these are operated by these little buttons on the front here, or also via the foot pedal. Moving up to the clean channel, volume and gain. Then to the overdrive channel, we have our volume and gain. So obviously volume is going to adjust the level, the output level of that particular channel, and the gain is going to adjust how much crunch and or overdrive or distortion that you will achieve the further you push it up. Let's move on to the equalization. Now, this is where things start to get really, really interesting. If we run through them, we've got our bass control, a mid-range control, and our treble control. And then we have this little lovely little dial here, which is full of lots of secrets. This is the ISF knob, which stands for infinite shape feature. Now, in layman's terms, basically it adjusts the way that the EQ works. Now, if you're anything like me, I'm a complete and utter technophobe, and I just know what I like the sound of, and I always trust my ears with any piece of equipment. To me, if I'm dialing in a tone on an amp, it's not I'm a kind of a number 8 sort of bass guy and a number 5 kind of guy. You know, you should never work like that. You should always just, if anything, hold a chord, shut your eyes and move the controls, because every room and every environment is going to be different, and every musical situation as well. And that's the great thing about this control. If you're one of those musicians that likes to record a lot, or when you're performing in a band, you want to you know, emulate your favorite guitar players, you might go 1 minute from sort of playing, I don't know, the Rolling Stones or AC/DC, and the next minute you might be playing Whitesnake or Metallica. So you're going from very distinct different musical styles and sounds. This control will really help you obtain the different tones. Basically, if you turn it full up to number 10, it's going to sound very British. Okay, so you get those nice kind of very open, woody kind of tones. If we dial it all the way back down towards 0, things really tighten up and we get a very American sound. But the beauty of it is that we can get anything in between as well. So we can dial in a different blends between both American and British sounding amplifiers. Okay, let's move up here, and we are now on to the master volume, or the master channel should I say. And we have our master volume, which is the overall output volume for both of the independent clean and overdrive channels. We have presonance, which is presonance is well, like a top end EQ, if you like, on the power amp stage. And we have resonance, which is bottom end. So the more that you dial in, a little bit more grunge you'll get, and we can get that nice kind of pristine shimmer on the top of the output of the amp. Let's move up to this control, and this control says power on it, and underneath it says DPR, which is dynamic power reduction. Now, this is a great control, and it's when I first heard about this feature on the amplifier, I must confess, I just thought, well, it's something that makes it louder or quieter, which, yeah, okay, fair enough. You can run it flat out at 45 watts, or we can drop it way down to 4.5 watts. But the other thing to remember is that when you adjust the DPR switch in conjunction with each channel, the more you push the channel and the more you drop the DPR control, you then start to get into the realms of pushing the power amp tube. So you get the power amp sag, a completely different sort of sound to if you dial it all the way up flat out and then maybe drop down your level of your independent channels, and there you will get much more of the preamp sound. So we're working in between the different groups of valves, which is a great feature to have on such a compact amplifier, that both of the channels operate and react as well. Okay, moving on to the valves now. We have two EL34s in the power amp stage, and we have 4 valves in the preamp stage. A couple of other features as well which are really worth mentioning are the speaker simulator out, which is a wonderful feature for both live and recording situations. We either have an XLR or a regular 1/4-inch jack. The other thing as well, which is very appealing about this amplifier, is the fact that it's MIDI as well. So if you're using any rack equipment, any form of switching system, my personal setup, I have a set of switchers with pedals and other things all in a rack. I can now just run a MIDI lead from either the combo or one of the heads within the Series 1 range straight into that MIDI board, hit a switch, it will switch my amp, and it will also switch my effects simultaneously. No messing around with any other pieces of equipment, just a simple MIDI lead. So makes it even more versatile and even easier for you to hook up to other pieces of equipment for both live and studio work.